Let me tell you, before you watch the complete video, proof of funds to Spain has increased for 2025. Proof of funds to Sweden increased. Iceland increased. Austria increased. Portugal increased. So today we are going to be talking about countries that you yourself watching me now, if you intend to move in future in the European Union or in any country with your husband or wife or spouse or partner. When I say partner, I mean legal partner, guys. Okay, I'm not talking about girlfriend and boyfriend because some countries will not accept. But I think a country like Canada, they do accept. However, if you want to move with any of these people in 2026 or even 2025, as I'm talking to you, then these are a list of countries you should consider as a student. Remember, I only talk about things that concern student, moving with family as a student, and okay? So if this is what you need, watch this video to the end because I'm going to be telling you things you need to know, financial aspects, and so many other things. First, before I begin, I want to say that there are things on the internet that are not really corresponding. I have been seeing screenshots from people. Someone actually sent a video to me about someone saying proof of funds to study in Luxembourg is 10,000 euro. It's not true, guys. When you watch me, watch another person, then do research. Before I say something here, I've done deep research. Thank you. Let's move on. If you want to move with your family to any of these countries in Europe, please apply to Spain. If you are watching me now, you haven't done application, you want to move with your family, apply to Spain. Before applying, understand that there is a video on the channel I did about proof of funds to study in Spain. That's point number one. Understand that in that video, proof of funds for you alone is around, 8,700 euros or something. This is after you've paid tuition deposit or you've paid tuition for 1 semester or 1 year, depending on the institution. Okay, then you now show this proof of funds. Now, it might interest you to know that I also spoke to an admissions team, and what they were emphasizing on is proof of funds. The way you build your bank account is going to determine if the Spanish authority in your home country, the embassy or consular, would give you a visa. I have said this many times that proof of funds does not mean you carry money and just drop it. No, you have to build it simultaneously. Me as a visa officer, you need to convince me beyond reasonable doubt that you have been building your account for long and the money inside is readily available and accessible to you. Like me, if I want to take money from my account now, though there is nothing inside, I can just walk to an ATM machine and you understand. But if the money is with somebody else, you will need to start calling. So that's what the embassy doesn't want. So you can move with family to Spain. And in addition, the visa, the person I spoke to, I don't want to give details here, actually told me that it's actually easy to move to Spain with your child. The child must be between 1 to like 4 years. But that does not change the fact that you cannot get a visa for your child if the child is below 17 years. Because you can, after 18 years, the child is a dependent. He's no more a dependent. Even if he's a dependent, he must apply for academics as well, or a university. Do you understand? So Spain is country number 1, and proof of funds have increased. Then if you are moving with family, all the calculation I did in that other video, please verify the information. Country number 2, the Netherlands. As I'm talking to you, I did a post on my FB platform few weeks back. I don't remember. Those of you following me from Facebook, you know, somebody got a visa for a family of 4. He's already here. I see him every day. In fact, I don't want to give details. However, you can move to the Netherlands with your family, okay? But before you move here, understand that it is your university that is going to apply for your visa. And when you want to move here with family, note that your university will apply for your visa and that of your family, if at all they accept. So reach out to them. That's point number 1. Reach out to your university and tell them. Point number 2, when they accept, call IND to ask them how much money you need, because IND need to know the number of people that you want to submit application for them. However, it's going to be expensive because I know I live in the Netherlands and there are details, right? I explained in that other video. The video is on the channel. Please check it out. It's going to be expensive. This is what you should do. Come in first, then after 3 months, you now put in for your family to join you. They do not need the Dutch language, your wife. She doesn't need the Dutch language, or your husband. Remember, when they come in, for them to work, only an employer must give them a work permit. Even me as a student, if I want to work, an employer must give me. Okay? You as a student coming to the Netherlands, an employer must give you a work permit. But it's not difficult in as much as you are legal. Not with visitor visa. You can always seek a duro. Now, I have talked about that and the video is still there. I did a video before. And if you look at, like I said, yeah, we don't do bank statement. We do blocked account. You get admissions, you pay to the school. The details are there. I think everybody who is old on this YouTube channel knows already, right? I've been preaching. So please check. Another country is Sweden. You can move with family. As I'm talking to you, some of my followers got admissions already to move to Sweden. Now, those of you moving to Sweden, do not forget that proof of funds have increased for this year. I did a video, it's on the channel, and you can move with your spouse to Sweden. Do not also forget the little things I've been saying about Sweden. Sweden is a nice country, but again, very expensive. Pay your tuition on time. Ask the university if you got admission for masters already. Bachelor students, I think they are waiting for the 2nd of April. If you already got admission, ask the university when is the deadline. In fact, it's already there on your admissions letter. Follow the details and then you do the payment. Then you start processing. Remember, by now you should have already created your bank account because the money for proof of funds must be in your bank account. I said this before, long time ago. So if you haven't started preparing your bank account, Sweden does not like when you do bomb money into the account like that. They don't like it. In fact, even if I'm the visa officer, you see, even if you are the visa officer, you'll be asking, where does this money come from, right? Okay, you can sell a property. When you sell the property, make sure you bring all documents, but it's still not the best way. I can assure you that. Now, there is still time. So take time to build your account slowly until June, you drop your application. Apply early. In case you get a rejection, you drop an appeal and fix the problem, drop an appeal. This is my advice. You can move with your family to Sweden. Okay, so country number 4, is it number 4 or number 5, is Iceland. Now, so many people do not know, if you want to move with family to Iceland, fantastic. It is a great option. The Icelandic immigration, they are also welcoming visitors, but you should also know that Iceland is not a cheap country. In fact, this is a top, I think Iceland, I think we have Switzerland, Luxembourg, Iceland, or no, Switzerland, Luxembourg, Norway, Iceland, Ireland, Netherlands, Denmark, and all the other countries in terms of GDP ranking in Europe. But in all, Iceland is a good country, a strong country. Its economy is good. The land of volcanoes. I call it the land of volcanoes. If you've been watching my videos 2 years back till now, you should know about. Also, do not forget that universities in Iceland are not that expensive. As a matter of fact, some universities do not charge tuition fee, like the University of Iceland, I think Reykjavik, University of Reykjavik, and Bifrost University, they do not charge too much. So you should put all this into consideration. And remember, if your money is not enough, if you show maybe before the proof of funds to study in Iceland was around, I think, 11,000 euros, but now it has doubled. I'm going to make a different video to clarify all these details. Remember, proof of funds to study in Luxembourg is 17,000 euros and some few francs now, not 10,000 euros. I saw a video of somebody saying 10,000 euros, but that's by the way. Another country you can move with family is the United Kingdom, but the UK, I would like to clarify that the UK is not for all courses. I think only STEM courses, those going for STEM programs, can actually apply for the UK with family. So please do not forget this. Put this into consideration. And also understand that recently I got some of my followers, there are 2, who actually moved to the UK. Recently, it's not been long. I think about 5 days ago, their visas were approved. After just like 5 days, they submitted the application. 5 days later, visas approved. Yeah. But make sure you drop the right application. Make sure you drop the necessary documents that they need. Visas does not work on sentiments alone, guys. If you do not drop the documents, you cannot get a visa. Trust me on this. So make sure you give them what they want. Go to the embassy's website and verify the information. So important. Verify always. Another country is Canada. As a matter of fact, as I'm talking to you now, I know 5 people who backed out of Canada. Why did they back out? The reason is simple. Canada has been maybe bringing so many laws, and of course, applying for Canada visa now is a risk. Well, it's a risk somebody does not really want to face. But again, if you have just Canada in your mind, you cannot do without it, right? You just drop your application, but don't apply just to Canada and rely on it, except otherwise that you really want to move to Canada. And if you are going to Canada, understand that you cannot go with your spouse if you are going to a community college, or if you want to study a diploma program, a certificate program. No, you must be going to university, and not just that, you must be going to study master's or PhD before you can carry your spouse along. Otherwise, you move alone. Then when you finish your program, you apply for post-graduation work permit. Then you cannot apply for their spouse's open work permit for them to join you. Or you can also maybe send them an invitation letter, visitor's visa or something. When they come in, they do flag polling. So it all depends on you as an individual or couples, or you guys as a couple. And then you are good to go. But again, look at their budget, look at their documents, try to see if you have the requirements to put in for the visa. Then if you have, fine and good, you put in for it. It's not going to be bad, right? Then another country you should take a look at is Austria. As I am talking to you now, getting, first of all, appointment for legalization, because you cannot apply to university in Austria without authentication, verification, and of course, legalization of your academic credentials. It doesn't work that way. But after that, when you get the documents, you can now submit your application. Now, appointment is the main issue. I know somebody who got the documents. The documents have been with them for 9 months. But again, one funny thing now is that proof of funds have increased also. Yeah, proof of funds have increased so to the point that I don't know how people are going to cope. In fact, just before you apply, don't miss out my video on Austria. Make sure you watch that video I did for proof of funds to study in Austria. Like I said, I don't just come here and talk. I do deep research before I bring my material. I don't just go watch people copy what they did. No. Many people copy from me, but it's not a problem. I also copy from people, right? But I don't just copy. I copy and I do research to add it to them. If you've been watching my videos, you should know that I do deep research. So if you want to move with your family to Austria, then you also need to remember, do not forget that while your documents are going through the process of legalization, your marriage certificate must also go through that same process if you really want your family to join you. Okay, then also another country is Portugal. Portugal is actually one of the best countries that accept family. Do not forget that proof of funds also increase. Okay, proof of funds have increased for those who want to move to Portugal. You alone, you need 10,440 euros. The video is there on the channel. And then the last country we are going to talk about is Spain. Did I talk about Spain? Fantastic, you already know. So follow all these details, and then we hope that you succeed when you are trying to apply for your visa. All I want for you guys is to succeed. I owe nobody anything, like no grudges, nothing. I'm a free soul. I'm just trying to put out material here because I know that you need me. And of course, if you listen to me, do your own research, you would be here next year, guys. So see you in another one. Bye bye.